What up, fellow YouTubers? So recently, I made a really effed up statement on YouTube. The statement I made is, let women get an abortion if they want one, because those kids may end up getting shot up in a school someday anyways, so it's not going to make much difference. And I followed up the statement with fuck mass shootings. And a lot of people are rightfully so a little triggered by that, like, Jesus Christ, Cobra. That was not the nicest way of saying it, but in my defense, I support gun rights and abortion rights. I'm an independent. I think it's horse crap that our sexist fucking government and these sexist organized mainstream religions like Christians all fucking sit there and say, well, if you're a woman, you can't have an abortion, even though, And like I'm saying, if it's medically necessary or if she was raped, she should be allowed to have an abortion. Like, okay, so I'm sorry for what I said. I'm retracting that statement that I said on YouTube. That was a little too far to prove my points. Well, what is your point, Cobra? It's what kills me about these Christian conservatives. These Christian conservatives who are like, I'm against abortion because in the Bible, God would not tolerate it, blah, blah, blah. Really? So God's against killing kids? And what about Jesus Christ getting murdered on the cross for our sins? Or what about Abraham killing his only son? But God's against killing kids, right? Yeah. And I get it, not all guns are used to kill people. Nobody ever talks about it on the media when an Iraq war veteran uses an AR-15 to defend his or her country. You know? Nobody talks about it when the cop saves the day with his gun. It's always either some pissed off white dude with an AR-15 or some trigger-happy racist cop. And it's disgusting because it just further perpetuates fear into our country and hatred. And it's all done for propaganda, man. Like, the media gets paid a lot of money. Every time CNN covers a mass shooting, cha-ching. Every time Fox News or CNN does a coverage on a mass shooting, they get paid money to talk about someone getting shot up. It's horrible. That being said, when the Republicans are like, and I fully agree, your guns are your Second Amendment rights. However, if you're trying to murder people with your firearms or pull mass shootings, you shouldn't have them. And the fact that it took Texas police 40 fucking minutes to respond to the school shooter after the jackoff made 3 separate fucking threats on Facebook. I'm like, for fuck's sake, you want to get pissed off and say women shouldn't be allowed to have an abortion? I'm like, maybe people shouldn't be allowed to buy 2 AR-15s on the same goddamn day and like fucking 40 clips and 400 plus rounds of fucking ammunition all within 2 days. Not everyone who buys an assault rifle is going to pull that crap. But here's what I'm saying, man. We got to raise the assault rifle age to 21 and up. No bump fire stocks. No fully automatic. No silencers. And if you try to ban assault rifles or guns in general, some jackoff is just going to 3D print it in their mom's basement or some shit, And it's the same with abortions. Like, yeah, it sucks that, sometimes you gotta do it for medical reasons. It's like putting down a puppy. You don't want to do it, right? You don't want to fucking do it, You got this cute-ass AF puppy, you know how it goes with puppies and kittens and baby animals, Puppies are adorable, right? Your puppy's sick, And the doctor's just like, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Stevenson, but your puppy has cancer and they only have 2 weeks to live. And you're like, well, ain't that a bitch? You just got it. It was so freaking adorable, and it made the little puppy noises, and you're just like, oh, man, you don't want to do it. It's sad as shit, but you do it anyways. If it was out of the fetus and it had a heartbeat and could pass the mirror test, as Mr. Morgue official would say, you know, meaning this, it's a subconscious test. Do they count as being alive until they're out of the womb? I would say no, because what constitutes being alive? Even if you don't walk, you have a heartbeat. You exist outside of the womb. You know. So even if you can't like fully function, even if you're born super disabled, you're outside of the womb, correct? And that's the shitty part of it. It's like if you're a woman in that situation and you and your husband already have 3 kids, and then the doctor says, well, the 4th one will kill you if you give birth to it. So your only option is to either give birth to your 4th kid and die, or you have an abortion and save your ass so that you can help your husband raise the other 3 kids. But whenever she takes the latter of the option to help her husband, help them raise the 3 kids they already have, and she decides to have a hysterectomy, and then you can't really just, you know what I'm saying, sometimes decide that. So that's just how it is. You got to get your uterus removed because having more kids could potentially kill you. There's all these medical issues that women have to fucking go through. You know what I'm saying? Their vaginas are super sensitive to infections and all kinds of crap. It's fucking ridiculous. Being a woman, I cannot begin to imagine what that's like, dude. But, you know, these conservative cockwads are just like, no, when it comes to the AR-15, it's your constitutional right. Yeah. I will agree that they're not, you know, Wyoming is a good example of this. Wyoming is very gun friendly, and we hardly have any mass shootings here like that. Because people here are smart with their guns. We don't, you know, if we get angry about something, you know what we do down here in Wyoming? You know what we do down here in Wyoming? If we get angry about something, goddamn it, we go to the bar and have a fucking beer. And like, hey, bartender, what? Can I get a shot of Jack Daniels? Sweet. I had some YouTube fans come and hang with me last night. That was pretty cool. They drove a long way to see me, and they were here with I got to meet their pit bull mix, who very understandably didn't trust me at first, because dogs, if they're good dogs, are very protective of their owners. And I could sense it within him. And, yeah, dude, those fans they seemed legit, dude. You know, they hung out, and the fans, they brought me a pack of cigarettes and a bottle of Jack Daniels, and, you know, they were like starstruck. They were like fanning out hard. On a side note, I'm still getting used to that. Like, it's a trip to think that people get starstruck by me, and I don't really consider myself to be that famous. Right now, I'm working on my snake story. Need to get that typed. Once I get it typed, I want to have it printed and edited, printed, and published. Wouldn't that be sick, YouTube? But circling back to what I was doing on YouTube, yeah, I made a really fucked up comment on one of my live streams. I said, well, you might as well let women get an abortion because those kids may end up getting shot up in a school anyways. And I'm like, then I said, fuck mass shootings. If you want to stop mass shootings, you know, we gotta have metal detectors outside of our schools, churches, and grocery stores and theaters. And then I said, it's also pretty fucking sad that we have to consider doing that kind of thing. So I wasn't trying to be an asshole, but, you know, sometimes it's just the reality of life we face. And I love guns as much as the next true-blooded American, but I fucking hate mass shootings more than I love Ozzy Osbourne, to be truthful with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just... And sometimes that's just the shit thing about life, is that, you know... And then it becomes this thing where you privately only tell one, you don't want to tell anyone that you had one of those, because women, they feel so ashamed. Because the women are slut shamed for wanting to have sex, just like men do. The women are told you can fight for your rights, but then as soon as you try to fight for your goddamn rights, you get told, nope, you can't have an abortion. I'll tell you what. People are going off about how men can have babies, but you can't have an abortion. I'm just like, okay, that's not how biology works. I'm all for supporting trans rights, 100%. And the only way that would work is if you had a woman who was transitioning into a man, and she got a penis and balls, and she got her tits lopped off and had pecs formed. And then didn't realize she was pregnant before turning into a he, but still had her fucking uterus, kind of thing. And even then, that's a stretch, you know. I totally support trans rights, 1000%, man. You want to call yourself a they, them, and it's. To me, calling yourself an it seems dehumanizing. And then you got these idiots on TikTok who identify as demons. And I'm like, that's adorable. You're just using demons as a pronoun just for the edginess of it. Do you even practice black magic or demon magic? Do you fuck with Satan? Do you mess with Ouija boards and haunted cemeteries and graveyards? Oh, you don't. Do you try to summon demons through an Ouija board in a haunted cemetery? Because I've done it. It's fun. Shh. Dangerous but fun. Beside the point. Going back to what I was saying earlier about how if you try to make guns illegal, some dickhead's just going to 3D print it in their basement and make their own. And that's the truth with abortions, man. You know? You make abortions illegal, women are going to find more unsafe ways to do it that will not only potentially hurt them, but also, you know... That's why, ladies, if they make abortions illegal, at least they have alcohol. It's like, hey, look, what's this? The do-it-yourself abortion kit comes with a bottle of morning after pills and a bottle of Everclear. And then the number for your local Plan B Parenthood clinic. And you know what kills me about that is when two people get pregnant, 9 times out of 10, no one's going to blame the woman for being irresponsible. Like, dude, you should have put a condom on. Or it takes 2 people to make a baby. She could have, you know, said no or closed her fucking legs. But you can't say that, YouTube, because that's slut shaming. Not trying to be a dick, but that's the truth, YouTube. And sometimes I'll be the first to admit it. I go too far to prove my point. Like, Jesus Christ, Cobra, that is some edgy shit. Bro. I hate mass shootings more than I hate mongooses and Jesus Christ, you know? It's just what it is, tubes. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but, you know, if a woman goes off on her fucking ex, no one says, you need to quit slut shaming him. But if a dude complains about his ex, you're slut shaming her. Fuck off with it, YouTube. Here's a thought, and I want to tell you this right now. Take a leaf out of my book. You ignore your exes, it completely works, and it pisses them off. Proof is in when one of my ex-A named said exes just out of nowhere started attacking the way my cooking looked or the way my apartment looked or whatever. And I'm not going to name names. And, you know, I haven't said shit to them about them on YouTube for like months or even years. And it made them look petty. And the bitch about that is if I respond to it, to that drama, it's, oh, Cobra, you need to get over that person. Not, okay, she's being a clout chasing cunt, and Cobra's totally right. I'm like, okay, like, you're so quick to, like, stoop to their level, you think, you know what, I'm better than that crap. I'm not going to focus on her when I have a legion of fangirls. Even if the fangirls are taken, you know, we could do good things with my channel and spread good messages. Yep. Oh boy. I'm trying to come up with my next cooking video, YouTube. I'm thinking about doing a cooking video where I cook bacon with steak. And I want to see if, like, the flavors, like, merge together in the oven. The thing of it is, bacon doesn't take that long to cook compared to, like, steak. So I'd have to, like, watch it like a hawk and, like, you know, flip the bacon pieces that I put around the steak on the other side so they fully cook, and it'd be difficult to an extent, but nonetheless, that's why people like watching my videos. So check this out. I got my Potion Time glass. What's in it? Jack Daniels and regular with Monster Original Green Energy. I call it King Cobra's Venom. It's super delicious. Oh yeah, that'll do the trick slick. I should call this video noon video. I guess that works. I don't care about the title so much. It's just people tuning in to watch. Thank you for the support and cheers to another bitchin' Saturday, people. Get it. But then again, it doesn't matter what I say or do. You know, I'm a decent guy. I can be an asshole sometimes, but I got a good heart, and people are gonna take what I do and twist it out of context anyways. So fuck it. You know, it's a quote from Satan's Bell, my newest album. I can't change the world can't change me. That's what kills me about, like, conservatives, is that they're hypocrites. There's hypocrisy on the Democrat side, too. Jesus Christ. Senator Joe Biden makes this law that says if you're caught with a quarter-sized rock of crack, you can go to jail for being a non-violent drug offender. But your son Joe Biden is sitting there recording himself flashing his crack rocks on camera, and I think to myself, are you going to either legalize all drugs and tax the fuck out of it, minus crystal meth and heroin and shit like that, and crocodile and shit like that, or are you gonna force your son Hunter to go to treatment? Because it's kind of unfair about how all the innocent people you've imprisoned for doing nothing more than just trying to get a burst of energy. Granted, you shouldn't do crack. Drugs are whack. You know what I'm saying? I'll drink to that. But alcohol's a drug. You know, and caffeine, like, you know what I'm saying? If you want that, you want a burst of speed sort of feeling, fucking drink some coffee, man. Drink a Monster energy drink. It's perfectly legal. And, yeah. Now, what if she was a minor? Then what? Fuck sickos. But what if a minor female, what if a woman under the age of 18 got raped and then became pregnant? You'd force her to keep the baby when she's got to deal with, like, school and shit? Fuck off. In certain circumstances, abortion should be legal. And nobody wants to have that conversation because it makes you feel uncomfortable. I just get tired of, like, the government and, like, the churches telling a woman, and just society in general, telling a woman what she can and can't do with her body. It's rubbish, YouTube. And you're not willing to hear the other side of what I have to say. It's just, you're so conditioned to say, well, abortion is murder. So are cell phones, but what's your point? Because, like, these things, they give you cancer. And some people get bullied on YouTube to the point where they do stupid things, and fuck that. Fuck that. If I had $1 million for every time I had a troll text me to kill myself, I'd be a rich motherfucker. That being said, fuck suicide, fuck mass shootings, fuck murder, and fuck the trolls. YouTube. It's all about your constitutional rights when it comes to things like firearms with these conservative Christian cockwipes, but what about abortion? Because, you know, abortions can be used to save lives. They can, you know, like stem cell research and shit like that. Yeah. But anyways, tubes, I'll catch you later.